The beauty of chemistry practical is the ability to interpret questions appropriately and the ability to be able to use correct formulas for correct questions. So in this video, I'm going to be treating this year 2022 Waec chemistry practical according to Waec marking guide. So if you are new in this channel, kindly subscribe so that you can get updates on every video that will be released in this channel. Now, the question for this year will be displayed on the screen now. Now, if you look at this question very well, it's not a conventional acid-base reaction. In acid-base reaction, we fill into the burette acid and we pipette our base. We always use A to represent our acid and we use B to represent our base. But in this case now, iodine is our A. Iodine solution is our A, whereas sodium thiosulfate is our B. In a normal way, we're supposed to put iodine inside because it's representing our A according to the question. Iodine is A. So in a conventional acid-base reaction, we're supposed to fill into the burette iodine. But this here question is not asking us to put iodine into the burette. Instead, we pipette iodine. We were supposed to pipette our sodium thiosulfate, but this year the question is asking us to fill into the burette our thiosulfate. So what am I telling us? A is iodine. B, I said A is iodine and B is thiosulfate. So because of that, even when we are using formula, we must be able to analyze critically appropriate formula for each of these reagents. And the question asks us to fill into the burette sodium thiosulfate, which is our B. Now, when you are filling sodium thiosulfate into the burette, it means that table of values should be the table of value we are going to prepare will be for sodium thiosulfate. Like I have promised earlier that at the end of this presentation, I'm going to drop the titer value, the table of value that I obtain when I carry out my own titration. So we are going to draw the table of value for thiosulfate, and thiosulfate will be our B, is our B, but it is filled into the burette. Whereas iodine solution is our A, but it is the one that is being pipetted. Now, the equation for the reaction will be displayed on the screen. Okay, that's the equation for the reaction: thiosulfate reacting with iodine. Then we have the product there. Okay, now the question. The first question asks us to calculate concentration of A in mole per dmq. Concentration of A in mole per dmq. And if you remember, I said our A is iodine. So when we are calculating concentration of A in mole per dmq, now there are two formulas that we can use. We can use molarity. Molarity is also the same thing as a concentration. Molarity of A is equal to mass concentration over molar mass, or Savannah, which means concentration of A multiplied by the volume of A divided by concentration of B multiplied by volume of B is equal to mole ratio of A to mole ratio of A divided by mole ratio of B. But in this case now, our A is not the one that we fill into the burette. So if you are using molarity is equal to mass concentration over molar mass, we were not given any mass concentration of iodine, even though we can easily calculate the molar mass of iodine, but we're not given the mass concentration. Because of that, we are not going to use molarity is equal to mass concentration over molar mass. We are going to be using Cb multiplied by Vb. Cb is concentration of sodium thiosulfate multiplied by the volume of thiosulfate. The volume of thiosulfate will be our titer value divided by concentration of iodine multiplied by the volume of iodine. Now, the volume of iodine is now 25 because we pipette it, is equal to mole ratio of B, which is our thiosulfate, divided by number of mole of B, which is our thiosulfate, divided by number of mole of which is our iodine. And recall, when you write this formula correctly, there is no award of mark for writing the formula correctly, but you will get mark. After writing this formula, the value we want to calculate, you must ensure that you substitute those parameters, those values correctly. Please take note. The first step in this solution is that the formula we are going to use, we have identified that we are using the formula that is on the screen there. We are using the formula displayed on the screen. The first thing that you must do is to ensure that you substitute the values gotten, the values of these parameters into the formula correctly, and that one will hand you 1 mark. We know our Cb, which is the concentration of thiosulfate. How do I know? Concentration is in mole per dm cube. Anytime you see a value and then at the end of the value a unit is the unit that is there is in mole per dm cube, that value represents your concentration. It represents your molarity. Okay, now so our Cb is given to be 0.01 multiplied by, we are going to be using 7.20 as our Vb. That's our titer value. Multiplied by our titer value is equal to mole ratio. The mole ratio of B, the number of mole of B is equal to 2. That's the stoichiometric number that we use to balance the equation, divided by concentration of A, which is the one that we want to calculate. That's concentration of iodine. We're not given concentration of iodine, multiplied by the volume of iodine. The volume of iodine is 25. That is the volume of the pipette. Is equal to number of mole of iodine, which is 1. So when you substitute this value correctly into the formula, you are going to hand yourself 2 marks. 1 mark for mole ratio and another 1 mark for the correct positioning of the value. The next step is to make Ca the subject of the formula. You know the trick here. Before, it was supposed to be served as Ca Va over Cb Vb is equal to Na over Nb. But we are not doing that today, just because what we fill into the burette is thiosulfate, and from the symbol in the question, thiosulfate is B. So we were supposed to have whatever thing that is in the burette over what we pipetted, and that's why we are having that formula that way. Okay, we are making Ca the subject of the formula. When you make Ca the subject of the formula, you are going to earn yourself another 1 mark. Then remember the final answer. We are calculating concentration in mole per dm cube. Your final answer must be in 3 significant figure. Listen, 3 significant figure, and you must ensure that you put correct unit. Correct unit. Correct unit is very, very important for you to earn yourself another 1 mark. when you do correct substitution, you hand yourself another 1 mark, and then when you calculate the final answer in 3 significant figure or in 3 decimal place, you hand yourself another 1 mark. The next question, we have to calculate concentration of A, which is our iodine, in gram per dm cube. Concentration of A in gram per dm cube. Now, we are going to use molarity, or we can say Ca is equal to mass concentration over molar mass. Mass concentration over molar mass. And you know our Ca now, our concentration of iodine now is now 0.0144 mole per dm cube. So in that case, we can just put it into the formula and say 0.0144 is equal to mass concentration of iodine over molar mass. And we just make mass concentration the subject of the formula, but then we are going to calculate the molar mass of iodine, and iodine is a diatomic gas. It's a diatomic molecule. It's a diatomic molecule. So because of that, we are going to multiply the atomic mass of iodine that was given in the equation by 2, since 1 atom of iodine is 127. Then we multiply it by 2. Okay, and then we are going to get 254. The unit of molar mass is in gram per mole. Please take note. The unit of molar mass is in gram per mole. Unit of molar mass is in gram per mole. So if you are not putting the correct unit, that one will not also score. Calculation of molar mass will also earn you 1 mark. Okay, we have calculated our molar mass now. Then we can now substitute into the formula. Correct substitution of the formula, then we also earn you another 1 mark, because we say 0.0144 is equal to mass concentration over molar mass. That one is 1 mark. Then making mass concentration the subject of the formula, we also earn you another 1 mark. Okay, then our final answer. In this case now, when you are calculating mass concentration, make sure it is in 2 decimal place or everything in 3 significant figure, and the unit for mass concentration is in gram per dm cube. Gram per dm cube. Like I have promised earlier that I'm going to display the tighter value I obtained during this practical. Now, when you in that table, when you have the correct table, the table itself carry 8 marks. The table itself carry 8 marks, and then you must follow rules on how to draw the table for you to have that 8 marks. You can check one of my videos where I talk about how to draw a correct table of values. The correct table for tighter values. Now, if you draw that table correctly, you're going to earn yourself 8 marks. Then averaging, you earn yourself 1 mark, and then the final answer, you also earn yourself 1 mark. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned till I come your way next time. Bye. If we have added value to you in this video, please don't hesitate to give us a like, then smash that subscription button right now. We are going to be giving you updates on chemistry practical. Strike that button right now. Thanks.